Good morning, teacher. I know the class has finished, but I need to ask you something. Hello, Demian. I have another class in 10 minutes. But tell me, what is your question? Thank you. Well, basically, it is about learning English with movies and songs. Last time, you talked about it. You said we could learn English by watching movies. Also by listening to songs in English. So I would like to know how to do it. Please. Oh, I see. Of course, I can help you. It is a little complicated, but I will try to make it easy. While there are many great tools which can help you learn English easier as well as increase the retention of the lessons, the best and most proven techniques by far is learning English through songs, games, and even movies. Movies are a fun way of teaching English to students and can really get them involved with the entire concept. Well, I have to start with something very important. Use subtitles in English as early as possible. If you're starting out learning English and you're watching movies in English, you're probably watching in subtitles of your own language. But as soon as you're comfortable reading in English, and when you're comfortable getting most of what you're listening to in English, I think switching to subtitles in English is really important. I will tell you why it is important. Many people think they will only improve their listening skills by watching movies in English. But I think you can improve other skills too. Not only your listening, if you switch to subtitles in English, you're also going to improve your reading. You'll learn to read faster. You'll match the spellings of English words with how they sound, and that will really help improve both skills a lot more quickly. This will also help you understand what is going on in the screen. You should try it. For me, learning English with movies and songs works really well. I use them in my classes. Now, you can also practice speaking when watching a movie in English or listening to a song. You can practice your listening and reading by watching the subtitles and the lyrics. But also, you can practice speaking by repeating after you listen and read what they're saying. If you're watching a video, repeat what the actor and actresses say. And if you're listening to a song, sing after the singer, imitating his or her voice, and also the pronunciation. I used to do it when I was learning English, and believe me, it really works. That will help you improve your speaking, especially regarding pronunciation. The English spoken in movies is very natural and it's very close to what you'll hear if you speak with native English speakers. This will help you in improving your spoken English. Whereas the English you learn through textbooks or in class is not what you'll hear people say. Now, I will give you another tip. Suppose you like watching crime movies, and after watching 10 or 20 movies, you'll start to learn vocabulary related to the context or subject of crime. If you really want to learn English with songs and movies, you need to have a plan. You can't just sit down and relax. You have to have a study plan. For example, this vocabulary learned I mentioned before, probably you will forget all these words after some minutes. Well, then you should probably have a notebook, or you can also write these new words on your cell phone. Words that interest you. Because if you take notes of all the new words, then you will have a lot of them. I will give you an example. Last time I was watching a movie in English. It was about crime. Then the actor said an expression I had never heard before. I watched that movie. I didn't know that expression, so I took notes of it very fast. And then I tried to use it in a conversation. And that's another point. These new words, you have to use it in your everyday life. Otherwise, they will just be words written on a notebook or notes on your cell phone. I know hundreds of students who have a big list of vocabulary on their notebooks, but they don't know even 10% of those words. That's something terrible. Another thing, the expressions. That's something very important, Demian. By observing actors in films, it will not only help you to learn new words, but also you will be able to understand how they are said. One starts noticing the expressions. The characters might be sad, happy, surprised, angry, and you'll understand this immediately. This helped me a lot when I was learning English. I knew that expression was an angry one. The other was used to express happiness, sadness, and so on. It is really important. The best part, and something that worked for me very well, was to repeat these phrases with the same expression and emotion. That way, you will associate the phrase to your mood. And another tip, exaggerate, at least at the beginning. It will help you a lot. Exaggerate your expressions and emotions while repeating what the actor said. Or sing out loud that romantic song. Express your emotions. That's the real English. Now, when you're learning English through songs, you don't need to set aside too much time for only music or whatever you're doing because you can take the music with you wherever you go. You can listen to the same song over and over again without becoming bored by picking the music you like. And that brings me to something very important. I told you this before, but I will repeat it. There are two ways to study and learn English with songs and movies. One of them is have a study plan before you start watching a movie and listening to a song in English. Get a notebook, pen, your cell phone, dictionary, translator, go to your studio, etc. And the other way is to practice. Just watch a movie in English or listen to a song and relax. You won't probably understand everything they are saying, but that way you will feel familiar with English. So, my recommendation is study with songs and movies for 1 hour, for example, and then just relax for another hour, listening and watching. It really works. And I could give you more tips on how to learn English with movies and songs, but it's very late. That's okay, teacher. That information is very valuable. I want to know more about it. If you also want it, please like the video and comment. Take care, guys. I hope you liked this conversation. If you could improve your English a little more, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend. And if you want to support this channel, you can join us or click on the Super Thanks button. Thank you very much for your support. Take care.